The tiny butterfly-shaped gland in your neck. It controls your energy, metabolism, even your mood. Yet millions and millions of people have some level of thyroid dysfunction and they don't even realize it. If you're tired all the time, can't lose weight, feel cold when others don't, or your brain feels foggy constantly, it could be your thyroid. And the standard modern diet, it's making things worse. The good news, this video 14 powerful foods backed by science that support your thyroid, help convert key hormones, and reset and restore your metabolism. Stick around to learn what to eat, how much, and the number one mistake people make when trying to fix their thyroid naturally. But first, Thyroid 101. Your thyroid is your body's master switch. It controls how fast or slow your systems are running. It makes two main hormones, T4, inactive thyroid, and T3, the active form of thyroid hormone. Every single cell in your body needs them. When it's off, you have fatigue, weight gain, brain fog, cold sensitivity, mood swings, dry skin, low libido, can also follow. And then, even if your lab tests show normal, you can still have all of these symptoms. So, what are some key nutrients that your thyroid needs? Number one, iodine. This is very important and it's needed to make thyroid hormone. Selenium. This is super important as it converts T4 to T3 and protects the thyroid hormones from damage. Then we have the big three, zinc, iron, and copper, that help hormone production and the conversion as well. And then we have vitamin D, A, and B12. These regulate metabolism and your hormonal responses. And finally, omega 3s, they fight inflammation and support hormone sensitivity. So, did you know that 20% of T4 to T3 conversion happens in your gut? Which is why poor digestion or dysbiosis or leaky gut can really tank your thyroid function. Just as these 14 foods are important for helping your thyroid, it's also equally as important to avoid the foods that are really hurting your thyroid and your metabolism. So I'm going to provide you with five main foods to avoid. Soy is one of them. Isoflavones in soy block iodine and enzyme activity. Then we have gluten. It triggers immune responses that damage your thyroid. Next, artificial sweeteners. They are linked to impaired thyroid function. And then, of course, crash low-calorie diets. This can drop thyroid hormone levels by over 66%. And then polyunsaturated seed oils. They are pro-inflammatory and prevent your cells from utilizing glucose. And then on top of foods, we have chronic stress and inadequate sleep. Both of these suppress thyroid hormone conversion. Supporting your thyroid isn't just about what you eat, it's also about what you remove. Now let's get into the 14 foods that boost your thyroid. Food number one, sea vegetables. These are the richest form of iodine in food form. Foods like nori, kelp, and wakame. You want to use these in moderation as too much iodine can actually backfire. Food number two, Brazil nuts. Why? Because they have the highest natural form source of selenium. Just 2 to 3 is optimal for Brazil nuts. You don't want to overdo it. These are actually better than selenium supplements, but again, don't overeat Brazil nuts 2 to 3 daily. Next, we have wild salmon. Two main reasons. It's very high in vitamin D and, of course, the omega 3s, which help hormone production and balancing out the omega 6 and 9 ratios. Omega 3s support hormone regulation and reduces inflammation. You definitely want to try to go wild caught when you're talking about salmon. Number four, eggs, ideally organic, pasture raised, all the good stuff. They provide selenium, iodine, vitamin D, B12, and vitamin A. Farm raised eggs have way more nutrients than conventional eggs. Eggs, of course, are versatile and they can be used every single day, whether you're eating for breakfast, adding in one for your dinner, or even as a snack like a hard boiled egg. Next food, we have sesame seeds or tahini. Rich in copper, iron, and zinc, tahini provides a lot of these great nutrients and minerals. Of course, these help with hormone production and conversion. You can easily add them to salads, smoothies, or just use tahini. Next food, pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are high in magnesium, copper, zinc, and iron. Pumpkin seeds support a healthy gut and thyroid conversion. Remember, over 20% of that conversion is happening in your gut. You can eat on them. You can roast them. You can add them to meals. I add them to guacamole all the time. Food number 7, this is one of my favorites, grass-fed beef. It provides iron, B12, selenium, and CLA. Grass-fed beef is higher in omega-3s than conventional beef. And so you always want to try to go organic grass-fed when it comes to your beef products. Food number 8, spinach. Ideally, it's you're cooking the spinach. Because so remove some of those goitrogens while keeping the healthy nutrients like iron, magnesium, copper, and vitamin E. You can easily add spinach to your eggs, soups, stir fries, anything. Just toss in spinach. You know how it shrinks down and you can barely even know it's there. Food number 9, scallops and shrimp, rich in iodine, selenium, B12, copper. It's actually the second best source of iodine and seaweed. Of course, you want to try to go for wild caught as much as possible. Next food, cashews. They're high in copper, magnesium, and zinc. Great for hormone conversion. You can make cashew butter or just enjoy a handful as a snack. And finally, fermented foods like kombucha, Greek yogurt, sauerkraut. Very important for boosting your gut bacteria, which help convert T4 to T3. Ideally, you want to choose unpasteurized with live cultures. So there we go. We know what the foods are. So how should you incorporate these into your diet? For breakfast, eggs plus spinach, Greek yogurt plus seeds, or a smoothie with tahini. Lunch and dinner, you can do wild salmon or grass-fed beef and roasted veggies plus some nori. Snacks, Brazil nuts, cashews, pumpkin seeds, and kombucha. Some tips, you want to cook the goitrogenic foods like spinach. Roast seeds at low temperatures. Use wild caught and pasture raised when possible. And try to batch cook or prep for consistency. A couple final things, just so you're aware. Talk to your doctor if you're on any type of meds or you suspect an issue. The good thing is adding these foods into your diet, they're all healthy. They don't add a lot or hurt in any way when you eat them. You're testing, you want to go beyond just the TSH. You want to get a free T3, T4, RT3, which is reverse T3, and antibodies. And then, of course, listen to your body. This is something you can do on your own. Start small, just kind of gauge how you feel. And then food quality, the sourcing matters. Try to choose organic, clean, grass-fed, wild, or unprocessed whenever possible. Remember, your thyroid controls your energy, your weight, your mood, and your metabolism. These foods provide the critical nutrients your thyroid needs, and they do it in a natural way. So don't overhaul everything. Start with one food swap a week, journal how you feel, and then you build from there, small steps along the way. So which of these foods were you most surprised with? I'm sure you incorporate these into your diet already. So let me know in the comments which foods you're going to start eating more of. Thanks so much for watching. Hit the like button if you learned something today and subscribe for more videos just like this one.